Welcome back to Tell Me More Stories Told as podcast, where we, kind of scrub away the layers of history to reveal the surprising story behind things that you thought you knew.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're diving deep into the world of soap.
Oh, very nice.
So buckle up because you might be surprised to learn that this seemingly simple cleanser has a history that's anything but squeaky clean.
It really is a fascinating journey.
Yeah.
It spans thousands of years and touches upon everything from ancient rituals to royal decrees and...
Okay, so we all use soap, right?
Yeah.
But did you know that evidence of soap-like materials dates back to ancient Babylon?
Wow.
Around 2800 BC.
Really?
I mean, that's almost 5,000 years ago.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
And what's even more interesting is that the earliest formulas weren't primarily used for personal hygiene, as we might assume.
Oh.
Instead, they were mainly used for washing textiles like wool. The ancient Babylonians had a recipe using oil and wood ash,
Okay.
creating one of the earliest examples of a chemical reaction intentionally produced by humans.
So not exactly the luxurious floral-scented bars we find in stores today, huh?
Not quite.
Yeah.
Those early versions were more like prototypes,
Okay.
precursors to true soap.
Mm-hmm.
The ancient Egyptians, for example, used a combination of animal fats or vegetable oils with a naturally occurring soda ash called trona.
Interesting.
It was a sort of detergent-like substance
Okay.
used for cleaning but also for medicinal purposes.
So how did we get from these early concoctions to the soap we know and love today?
Well, the key turning point was the discovery of lye, also known as caustic soda. This alkali, when combined with fats or oils through a process called saponification, is what truly creates soap as we understand it.
Okay.
This discovery allowed for controlled soap production and the creation of different forms of soap, from hard bars to softer, more liquid consistencies.
So lye was the game changer.
You could say that.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
And speaking of fascinating, the Romans had some interesting ideas about soap.
Oh, really?
They actually considered Gaulish soap, from the region we now know as France, to be superior to their own cleaning methods. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The Romans traditionally cleaned themselves with oil and a scraping tool called a strigil.
Oh, wow.
But they recognized the effectiveness of Gaulish soap, which is often made with animal fat and ashes.
Okay.
Pliny the Elder, a Roman author, even credited the Gauls with inventing soap.
Oh.
While the exact origins are still debated, it's clear that the Gauls were pioneers in soap making.
I love this. It's like ancient beauty secrets being traded across empires.
Yeah.
The Romans, known for their baths and hygiene practices, admiring the soap made by the Gauls.
Well, it's pretty cool.
Okay, before we move on to the next chapter of our soapy saga, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future deep dives on Tell Me More.
Good idea.
We've got ancient Babylonians, Egyptians, and Gauls all making appearances in the story of soap.
Quite the lineup.
Where do we go next?
Well, while soap was developing in Europe, it was also flourishing in the Middle East during the Islamic Golden Age. This era saw significant advancements in soap-making techniques, with Arab soap makers developing sophisticated recipes using alkali derived from alkali, or ashes.
Alkali, that's where we get the word alkali from, right?
Exactly.
Oh, cool.
And these Arab soap makers weren't just focused on cleaning.
Okay.
They were masters of fragrance, incorporating aromatic herbs and spices into their soaps.
Wow.
These fragrant soaps became a luxury item prized throughout the Muslim world and beyond.
So from basic cleaning agents to luxurious scented bars, soap was truly becoming a global commodity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And its journey across cultures highlights how ideas and innovations have always traveled and intertwined throughout history. It's a testament to our shared human desire for cleanliness and well-being.
And it makes you wonder, what would those ancient soap makers think of the brightly colored multi-fragrance bars lining our supermarket shelves today?
I know, right?
But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's head back to Europe and see what was happening with soap in the medieval period.
All right. By the 9th century, soap making was a well-established craft in Europe, even mentioned in royal decrees and records. However, these early European soaps, often made with animal fat, lacked the pleasant aromas of their Middle Eastern counterparts.
So not quite the spa-like experience we might associate with soap today.
No, exactly.
Right.
But things began to change when olive oil started to be incorporated into European soap formulas, particularly in the Mediterranean region.
Okay.
This led to the development of milder, more fragrant soaps, paving the way for the famous Castile soap that remains popular to this day.
Castile soap. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That brings back memories of my grandmother.
Oh, really?
She used it for everything.
Wow.
It's incredible to think that this soap, with its roots in medieval Europe, is still used and loved by people all over the world.
It speaks to the enduring power of simple, effective ingredients and traditional craftsmanship.
It also makes me wonder, how did soap go from being this handcrafted item to the mass-produced product we know today?
Yeah.
What were some of the key turning points in its journey?
Well, one rather intriguing chapter takes us to 17th century England and involves a king with a peculiar fondness for soap.
Ooh, royal intrigue. Now you've got me hooked.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Okay, so it seems King Charles I had a particular affinity for soap makers. In 1634, he granted a monopoly on soap production in England to a newly formed society of soap makers. They even had testimonials from noble women claiming their new white soap washed whiter and sweeter than the old soap.
Yeah.
Imagine royal endorsements for soap.
That's amazing. Talk about a marketing coup. But wait, a soap monopoly, didn't that make soap even harder for the average person to afford?
You're absolutely right. While this royal endorsement may have boosted the soap maker's prestige, the monopoly, along with a later soap tax, actually made soap a luxury item for centuries in England. It's a stark reminder that something we consider essential today was once a privilege for the elite.
That's a really interesting point. It makes you realize how much our access to hygiene has changed over time. So when did soap finally become accessible to everyone?
Well, that shift happened largely thanks to the Industrial Revolution. Advancements in technology and manufacturing allowed for mass production of soap, leading to a significant decrease in prices.
So the Industrial Revolution didn't just revolutionize industries, it revolutionized hygiene as well.
Precisely. And it wasn't just about affordability. Savvy advertising campaigns began to emphasize the connection between soap cleanliness and health.
Okay.
This marketing push helped to solidify soap's place as a household essential, not just a luxury.
It's fascinating how marketing can shape our perceptions and habits, even for something as basic as soap.
Absolutely. Marketing played a crucial role in transforming soap from a niche product to a staple in every home. And this period of innovation didn't stop there. The 19th century saw another major development in the soap world, the invention of liquid soap.
Oh, yes. Liquid soap.
Mm.
I can't imagine life without my trusty pump bottle by the sink. Tell me, how did that come about?
Well, in 1865, a patent was filed for a liquid version of soap.
Wow.
By the late 1800s, companies were developing and marketing liquid soaps based on plant oils, making hand washing even more convenient.
It's amazing how something we take for granted, like liquid soap, has such a rich history behind it. From those early soap-like concoctions in ancient Mesopotamia to the mass-produced bars and convenient liquid formulas of today, the story of soap is a testament to human ingenuity and our constant quest for better hygiene.
I couldn't agree more. And as our understanding of science and hygiene continues to evolve, it makes you wonder what the future holds for soap. Will we see new ingredients, new formulas, maybe even new ways of cleaning altogether?
That's a great question. What do you think? What will the next chapter in the soap saga be?
Well, it's exciting to think about where soap goes from here. Maybe we'll see a return to more natural, sustainable ingredients, or perhaps advancements in biotechnology will lead to personalized soap formulas.
Wow.
Tailored to our individual skin microbiomes.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe one day we'll have self-cleaning fabrics that render soap obsolete. Now that would be a truly revolutionary development. But even if soap's future takes unexpected turns, one thing remains clear.
Yeah.
Its history is a fascinating reflection of our evolving relationship with cleanliness, health, and the world around us.
We've come a long way from those early prototypes in ancient Babylon. It's incredible to think that something as seemingly simple as soap has such a rich and complex story spanning thousands of years and countless cultures.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And it's a story that's still being written. As we become more aware of the environmental impact of our choices, I think we'll see a growing demand for sustainable and eco-friendly soap options. Perhaps we'll see a revival of traditional soap-making methods,
Right.
using plant-based ingredients and minimizing waste.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like coming full circle, drawing inspiration from those ancient practices while incorporating modern knowledge and technology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about finding that balance between honoring the past and innovating for the future.
Well said. So the next time you lather up,
Yeah.
take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey that brought that bar of soap into your hands. It's a story of human ingenuity, cultural exchange, and our enduring pursuit of cleanliness and well-being.
Right.
Who knows, maybe you'll be the one to write the next chapter in this fascinating soap saga.
Maybe so.
Thanks for joining us on Tell Me More Stories Told as podcast.
Of course.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those stories coming.